Long before the werewolf became a snarling monster beneath a Hollywood full moon, medieval Ireland told of wolves that could speak, wolves that prayed, and one dying wolf woman who begged a priest for the final sacrament before her soul left this world. Come closer, my creepy cuties, because this story begins with an account reportedly set in the year 1182 on a lonely road somewhere between Ulster and Meath. An unnamed priest was travelling through Ireland with a young companion. The journey was long, the countryside unfamiliar, and night was approaching faster than they could find shelter. So the travellers stopped inside a forest. They built a small fire and prepared to spend the night beneath the trees. Around them, the woods grew dark, and somewhere beyond the firelight, something was watching. Ireland still had wild wolves in those days. They moved through dense forests and across open countryside, hunting livestock and posing a genuine danger to travellers caught alone after dark. So when a large wolf stepped out of the shadows and began walking toward the fire, the priest and his companion must have believed they were about to be attacked. But the wolf did not bare its teeth. It did not growl. Instead, it spoke, in a human voice.
Do not be afraid. There is nothing to fear.
According to the account, the wolf repeatedly told the terrified men not to be afraid. The priest immediately called upon the Holy Trinity for protection. Then, gathering what little courage he had left, he asked what manner of creature stood before him.
I am not truly a beast. I am a man of Ossory, living beneath a curse.
He was a man from Ossory, an ancient kingdom in southeastern Ireland, covering much of what is now County Kilkenny and County Lowa, and he was living beneath a curse. The wolf claimed,
An abbot named Saint Natalis placed a curse upon our people. Every 7 years, one man and one woman are driven from their human forms. For 7 years, we must live as wolves in the wilderness. If we survive, we recover our former shapes, and 2 others are sent to take our place.
Every 7 years, one man and one woman were compelled to put off their human appearance and leave the dwellings of humankind. They would assume the forms of wolves and live in the wilderness for 7 years. If they survived, they could return to Ossory and recover their natural forms. But when they returned, another man and woman would be sent into the wilderness to take their place. This time, the curse had fallen upon him and a woman he described as his companion. Some later retellings call her his wife, but the word used in Gerald of Wales's Latin is more safely translated as companion. Whatever their precise relationship may have been, the male wolf clearly cared for her, and now she was dying.
My companion lies gravely ill. I have not come to harm you. I have come to ask for mercy.
The wolf urged the priest to follow him into the darkness. Somewhere deeper inside the forest, the dying woman was waiting. Following a wolf away from the safety of the fire could have meant his death. Still, the priest followed. The wolf led him through the trees until they reached a hollow trunk. Inside lay another wolf. She was weak. She cried and groaned with a human voice. Her breathing was shallow, and she appeared to be very near death. The priest knelt beside her. The dying creature declared her Christian faith and asked to receive the spiritual comfort given to someone preparing for death. The priest prayed with her and performed the customary rites until only one request remained: Holy Communion, the Viaticum, the sacred food traditionally given to a dying Christian, beginning the final journey from life into death. The wolf woman begged him to continue, but the priest hesitated. He said he did not have the consecrated host with him. The male wolf disappeared into the forest. Then he returned carrying the priest's small bag containing the consecrated hosts. The priest could no longer use their absence as an excuse, but he was still afraid. The being lying before him spoke like a woman. She believed like a woman. She feared death like a woman. Yet everything his eyes could see told him she was a wolf. Could a priest place the consecrated host into the mouth of an animal? Would that be an act of Christian mercy, or a terrible sacrilege? The male wolf seemed to understand his fear. He moved beside the dying creature, and with his paw pulled back her wolfskin. Gerald described the covering as being drawn away from the head, down toward the navel. Beneath the fur, the priest saw the form of an elderly woman. There were no cracking bones or violent transformations like those found in modern werewolf stories. Her human body had apparently remained underneath the animal, covering all along. Gerald of Wales wrote that the priest finally administered communion, more from terror than from reason. When the sacrament was finished, the male wolf drew the skin back over the woman. Once again, she appeared completely animal. The priest returned to his camp. The male wolf followed and remained beside the traveler's fire for the rest of the night. The creature that had terrified them only hours earlier now shared their shelter. When morning came, the wolf guided the priest and his young companion safely out of the forest. Before leaving, he thanked the priest for showing mercy to the dying woman. He reportedly promised to reward him if he survived his 7-year exile, recovered his human form, and returned to his people. Some summaries of Gerald's account also say the wolf made prophecies concerning Ireland and the Norman invaders. But the exact nature of those predictions is not preserved consistently, so we cannot responsibly say what he supposedly foretold. Then the wolf disappeared among the trees. The priest had survived the night, but he carried away a question far more troubling than whether wolves could speak. Had he truly given Holy Communion to a human being concealed beneath an animal skin? Or had fear persuaded him to commit one of the gravest acts of sacrilege imaginable? 2 years later, his story would be examined by a gathering of church officials. Bishops and abbots would place their seals upon a written report, and the case of the dying wolf woman would reportedly be sent all the way to Rome. But the church's decision was only part of the mystery. Because the Wolves of Ossory belonged to a much older world of wolf warriors, wandering spirits and people, said to cross the boundary between human and beast. And the man who recorded this story may have had reasons of his own for portraying Ireland as a land of monsters. We'll uncover that in part 2. Until then, remember, the wolf beside your fire may not be the monster you fear, and the human face hidden beneath its skin may be waiting for someone brave enough to see it. I'm Vivian Vale. The living write history, but the dead tell tales.